Good morning. Bow to Head Instructor.
Bow to intermediate and beginner level students and anyone watching from home, glad you're here. We're gonna keep moving forward on those brush knee pushes or brush knees push. Still have not figured out the plural for that. And black sets training, we will do the 10 of the important points, and I think we'll keep going with fast form for master's path. All right, let's get our breathing going. Separate your feet, shoulder width apart. We're gonna make sure the iPad is on. Lips lightly sealed, teeth gently meshed together, allow your eyes to close. Begin focusing on deep, relaxed breathing. As you breathe in, feel the abdomen go out. And as you breathe out, feel it come back in. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. With each breath, begin to imagine a cascade of relaxation flowing down the body from the top of your head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. Feel your face and jaw relax. Neck and shoulders relax. Chest and upper back relax. Shoulders and arms feel heavy. Stomach and lower back, relax. Feel the flow of relaxation through your waist, into your hips, through your thighs and the backs of the legs. Allow your knees to soften. Feel your calf muscles relax, your ankles relax, and the bottoms of your feet relax. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. The next time that you breathe out, go ahead and open your eyes and lower the hands. Let's start our embracing horse.
nothing, it's my allergies, I've had that for years.
In this day and age, it's like, I cough, I swear it's
I
allergies.
know.
I swear.
I expected everybody to run away.
We did not run, we trust you, we'll check the temperature, but thank you for saying that. As for embracing horse, how did that feel, time-wise, feel about right, too long, too short?
All right.
About right?
That was good.
Felt good? Anybody have issues with kind of tightening up or feeling like the longer you stand there, the more resistant the posture can feel? Oh, just wait. So if you, I'll say this for the people at home as well, if you get to that point, come out of it for just a second and then reset it. There really is no point in forcing embracing horse. It's counterproductive. So naturally, as you start to expand the amount of time that you spend in that posture, it's just, you might start to tense up, you know, I must stay low, and so then you tighten, and that's the opposite. So just come out of it, shake it out, and then go back into it. So you're constantly, without fidgeting, checking in to see if you're still as relaxed as possible, given the fact that your thighs are working. So just throw that out there. So let's go ahead and run the whole first section up to brush knee push 4, and we'll kind of maybe do that one time, and then we'll pick up with those brush knee pushes and see if it feels right to add that 5th one on, or if we need to stay with the 4 that we're currently doing. All right? Step left. Commencement. Ward off right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Pull back. Press and push. Single whip. Lift hands. Strike with shoulder. White crane spreads wings. Brush knee push 1. Playing guitar 1. Brush knee push 2. Brush knee push 3. Brush knee push 4. And let's go ahead and do playing guitar 2. And release. Any questions about anything in the first section, but particularly this brush knee push playing guitar sequence? Anything that you need explained? Okay, so let's do that brush knee push sequence a couple of times together. So we'll start from the end of White Crane Spreads Wings, and we'll run through. Let's go ahead and do that second playing guitar, and I'll watch and as well as do, and then I'll demonstrate, and then we'll probably add on that 5th, and possibly go to 10.5 punch. All right, so White Crane Spreads Wings. Brush knee push 1. Remember, waist more than arms. Playing guitar 1. Brush knee push 2. Brush knee push 3. Brush knee push 4. Playing guitar 2. Good. Repeat. I'm gonna watch this time. So those watching at home, do it on your own. I will call the names though, so you don't have to be cut adrift. So start from the end of white crane spreads wings. Very good. Brush knee push, 1. Playing guitar, 1. Brush knee push, 2. Brush knee push, 3. Brush knee push, 4. Playing guitar, 2. Reset, one more time. This time I'm gonna go ahead and say brush knee push 5, since it's the same as brush knee push 2. I think you guys can do it. All right, so end of white crane spreads wings. Hold here. So, Mr. Penn, you got a little hula hip, so shift, nope, be in your back leg, and then shift a little bit more of your hip to the left side. And then don't lean back. There you go. I was observing a little bit of this. So
I didn't know I could do that.
I know, but it was there. So that was what I was trying to correct. There we go. Good. Okay, brush knee push 1. Good. Playing guitar 1. Brush knee push 2. Brush knee push 3. Good. Brush knee push 4. Good, Mr. Watkins. Yes, very good. Playing guitar 2. Brush knee push 5. And release. Good work. Okay, very good. Any questions about that? Any of it? Anything feel funny or, is this right? No?
I have to work on my steps. Sometimes I'm farther and sometimes I'm not so far.
Yeah, so he was saying, if you're watching at home, that he has to work on his steps because they're of different lengths. Sometimes they're too far, sometimes they're too narrow. As you get more comfortable with the move, then a lot of that will correct. But the fact that you're noticing that is always an excellent start. That means it's working. Because when you're first doing it, you don't have the capacity to even understand that the feet are going in different places. So, good work. Gold star. I know, it's like, that would be like, I'm doing it wrong. It's like, you're doing it right. All right, so I'm gonna demonstrate those. I'm gonna, because of the camera, I'm gonna do it once the way it is in the form, and I'm gonna do it once facing, heading this way. Let's see, so. Waist. Careful for leaning back here. Notice I'm still upright, I don't lean back. I lost count.
That was 4.
Thought so, because this feels like what I should be doing next. And keep track of my own count this time. Yes, sir.
On all the brush knee pushes, I believe that your hands pretty much stay where they are and it's your body that makes the motion.
That's an excellent observation. Yes, that for the most part that is true. There is a little bit of movement. So his observation was that, for the camera, that it seems like my arms aren't moving all that much. They're moving mostly because my body is moving, and that is correct. Yes, sir.
Except for the playing guitar, your hands are really never close together.
Correct. That's correct.
It seemed like I was always trying to get mine closer together to try to learn this.
Yes, and so Mr. Payne just observed that the hands never really seem that close together, and even he said except for playing guitar, and even playing guitar, they're together because my waist is slightly turned. Like I'm not here, they're here because it's my waist that's kind of affecting what it appears to be.
So they always say the right hand is by the left elbow. So
Yes.
It's out of the way. It's not.
It's not touching.
Right.
Yes, when you hear right hand by left elbow, that doesn't mean on the left elbow, right? But the excellent observations. This is really good, and you're exactly correct. So you'll hear us sometimes, not so much in the beginner class, but in intermediate and advanced, we will sometimes do this thing called morphing, where we'll take our embracing horse and we will, through little adjustments, think embracing horse and try to get into different postures. And that, for me, was learning this, was helpful to understand that there's always that roundness, embracing horse idea, even if I'm in a different position. And you guys are hitting on that today, and on your own, that's fantastic. So yes, and what that will do for your form is it'll help correct some of the overreaching that happens, you know, this kind of a thing, because I had to move my arm to do that, whereas if I stay with my waist and my arms are really here, they might go up and down a little bit, but does that make sense? You guys are orange session and green session. Give it a try. You just kind of go from your embracing horse, and then just, there's no right way to do it. Think embracing horse and switch into any brush knee push. I will do it too. You can do it on your own. So here I'm embracing horse. This is an advanced concept. So if you're a white sash or gold sash at home and this feels weird, that's okay. But it's just a fun, different thing that we can do in this particular class format. And I'm gonna kind of inch my way back. I'll try the other the other brush knee push. While thinking embracing horse. And then just make sure that your palm is facing out. There you go. Good.
It's just
So tight wrist.
This is
very,
good.
very.
It's weird. Did you say it was weird?
Yes.
So, it is weird, but, you know, we think sometimes that embracing horse is separate, or nei kung is separate from our moving form. And this is a way to kind of show that it's not. So if you can think of that rounded, connected feeling that you have here when we start off every single class, how would I feel that in a different shape of my body? That feels like embracing horse, even though I'm in a brush knee push. So that's kind of that's not an official thing. Like I don't know what you'd find if you kind of Googled morphing. I don't know, but it wouldn't be this. So that's just what we call it. So you know that's another thing that you guys can practice and explore with when you're at home. In your home practice is just morphing, so that you can get that idea of embracing horse, what rounded, connected, not collapsed, proportional, you know, Tai Chi frame in all your different postures. Yep, there it is. Yep. So let's do that section again together without moving on to the deflect downward, and just kind of just think embracing horse as we do them and see if that changes how the sequence feels. Excellent observations. All right, so right range red wings. And brush knee push 1. My arms might look a little bigger if I'm thinking about embracing horse. Playing guitar 1. brush knee push 2. Brush knee push 3. Brush knee push 4. Playing guitar 2. Brush knee push 5. And release. Okay, how did that feel? Because it looked really good. It looked totally different. You know, I could tell the difference.
Yeah, there was a process going on.
A different process?
That it happens.
Yeah.
And it happens.
So, that looked, I mean, there was an instant change in how everybody's form looked by thinking about embracing horse. So I know that does take a lot of extra brain power that's different, so it might be unpleasant to do that all the time, but that's another thing that you can do from time to time, like, okay, I'm gonna run my first section, I'm gonna think about embracing horse to get the feeling of Tai Chi, again, that we always talk about more than where my feet and my hands go.
It's just fine tuning the muscle memory.
Yes, it is. And that fine-tuning the muscle memory will get easier once you start to get those ideas of how to move as a unit, because then you don't have to tell every single part of your body what to do. You kind of go for the feeling, and your body will learn.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a brush knee push. You get it there, and then your body does it.
Exactly, exactly. So Mr. Watkins just noted that you get here, and then your body does the rest of it, and that's exactly right. But getting to that point is difficult, right? That is not how I was taught to move. No, I have to tell everything. So that's why Tai Chi is difficult. It takes a long time to learn. Okay, you guys ready to start looking at deflect downward, intercept and punch?
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
So, familiar for everybody, orange sash, green sash, you've all seen it. How many people do I have at home? I have a feeling I know who's watching, but we have 3 at home. Okay, so I'm assuming if you're at home, this isn't super brand new and you've done this at least once. If not, let us know, and I can go over it even in more detail than what I'm about to do. All right, so get at the end of your 5th brush knee push. So your left foot is forward, left hand down. Yeah, that's correct. And you're gonna rock back and lower the hands, and you're gonna pivot on the heel. So I've got my left hand open, and my right hand has become a fist. I'm gonna shift to the left, sink down, step in, and I'm gonna step out to a T step. T meaning the heel of my right foot is basically on a line like the T with my left foot. I'm gonna shift to the left, I'm gonna turn the waist, I'm gonna raise the hands a little bit. Then I'm gonna turn to the right, release the left heel, sink down, step in, step out, heel toe, shift to the left, turn to the left, hidden hand punch. That's a doozy. I know there's a lot going on there.
Can't really see, where is your left hand? Is it close to your arm?
It's here.
It's here.
Yeah.
Still my favorite.
This move?
Yeah.
Your favorite? It's a fun one. All right, so let's work through that again. So the end of brush knee push. So you're gonna rock back, pivoting on the left heel, lower the hands. Right hand is gonna be in a fist. Shift to the left, sink down, step in, step out to a T. Shift to the right, turn the waist so that you got kind of, call this my monster movie. Then turn to the right, release the left heel, sink down, step in, step out, heel toe, shift to the left, turn to the left, hidden hand punch. Yes. Yes, one more time together and then I'll demonstrate. I know my back is to several of you. And begin. Rock back, lower the hands, shift to the left, sink down, step in, step out to a T, then shift to the right, lift the hands, turn to the left, release the heel, sink down, step in, step out, shift to the left, hidden hand punch. Excellent. Okay. Watch it coming at you. So I don't immediately shift. I'm still on this leg so that I position this foot, so then as I shift, I can turn my waist. And that's what allows the hands to come up. And I turn, this hand is what we call chamber, it comes back here. Here's the hidden of the hidden hand punch. Finish here, hand is, it's out. Right. Again.
So the fist is this way.
Correct, the fist is this way, it's called a sun fist. The character in Chinese for sun has lines going this way, so this kind of mimics that character. So that's why this is called a sun fist, it's vertical. Good question, yes, sir?
When you chamber your right fist,
Mhm.
your left hand, is it doing anything to conceal the fist?
To conceal, no, it's out here and it's concealed because your waist is turned.
Okay, so it's basically just there to keep distance or gauge or
Yes,
whatever?
yes.
Okay.
So the question was, is this hand doing something to obfuscate intentionally this hand? And no, and it's because I'm here, it's hidden because I'm turned. So it's by being chambered by my waist and I'm turned in order to get my body behind it, you wouldn't see it. And in the application, there's a body in the way and they can't see this anyway, because this blocks a punch, this checks an elbow, and so their body and their face is this way, and then the punch comes up behind the arm, so they couldn't see it.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
You had your fist, back of the hand, or palm up? And
Yes,
And you're
so
putting the turn on that as you come out?
Yes, but it only turns, because it's a short punch. So the question was, he's noticing that when I chamber, that my palm is up, and he's asking if I'm turning as I do, and yes, I am, but because it's a short punch, it would only turn here.
Okay.
Because this is essentially, by the time I've done this, their rib cages, like, their floating ribs, I should say, are here. So if this went all the way out, it would turn. That's kind of a technique in martial arts, is you get more power in your punch by turning it. This one only has time to corkscrew about,
Halfway.
a halfway turn.
I was thinking I was practicing it like this.
So,
But this might be
yeah,
a
it's
little more
here, and
power.
then it turns to here.
Okay.
Yeah, so nope, not all the way. There it is. Yes, yes.
So is the fist touching your waist or just hitting?
It is. I mean, I'm not actively telling it to touch my waist, but it is touching. I mean, this is a very standard, in almost any martial arts discipline. Your feet may be in different orientations, but this is a pretty standard fist ready position. So chambering.
From the applications, it's pretty close quarters.
Correct. All right. Any question?
At what point do you chamber your fist when, at the time that
The timing
you
of that, so we are out of time, but let me demonstrate that. So the question was, what's the timing of when this happens? So I'm here, as I turn my waist, this just comes a little farther back. So it's before I've stepped. I mean, it's a continuum, so it's
Right.
here, but it feels like by the time I've sink down to make
You're
that step,
ready.
I'm already here. So it's a continuation of, as you shift in that T step, and this comes down, this just comes back that little bit more.
Thank you.
Good question, really good question.
Well,
All right.
it's the waist again.
Waist, it's the waist again.
I'll get it
Always,
sometime.
always, no, it's excellent, you're getting it. So, that's about all we have for this time, but, next week we'll keep up with this, then we're just about at the end of the form, so, we'll definitely be able to get that finished, because you guys are rocking. All right. We follow the fine arts, faith, respect, perseverance, patience, and humility.
The head instructor?
Back to intermediate and beginner level students and students watching at home, basic training is dismissed. Good job, everybody.